She is so pretty, y'all. Peekaboo. Why did I like this video? What happened? Why is my thing glitching? Did something happen to my internet? I'm tripping. I'm supposed to be streaming. Alright, bro. That doesn't even matter. Hello, chat. How y'all doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm sure am.
I emphasize again, it is free to join my community. The stocks I share are also free. The techniques and strategies I teach are also free. So please don't ask me if I charge a fee, and don't.
Japan's obsessions with high school anime a sad reality. I know, right? It's crazy. I've watched more high school animes than I should when I'm not even in high school yet.
If you didn't know already from my previous videos, I am Malaysian. And being one of the many flavor of Asians, my people are known for many things. We're known for having 2 more extra twin towers than America does. Being skipped over when any...
Whoa! Hold your horses there, buddy. What did I just hear? What did I just hear? Do my ears deceive me? No, I did not mean to like that video. Yo. That was a little crazy. No, that was a lot crazy. Not just a little.
famous bands as they're doing an all-Asia tour, losing 2 airplanes in the span of 4 months from each other. And my personal favorite, having an entire genre of white YouTubers acting surprised that your country has working plumbing and that you don't live in mud huts.
Stop! White women, stop!
But the one thing that pretty much all Asian societies share is the importance...
Did I miss something? Stop! White women, stop!
Of community. Wow. And I know every culture says that they're community-oriented because they want to brag like they're the ones that invented the damn concept, but in Asian societies, collectivism is a very huge deal. And I don't mean the red banner flies high, comrade type collectivism, but the type where your entire sense of self-worth depends on how much you didn't think.
You know, if you guys ever watched anime, you know you could tell the main character by just a glance. Like, you can tell. Even if you pan the camera out, you can tell she's the main character. You can pan the camera out as much as you want to. Out of the sea of black hairs, you're gonna see one little pink hair pop out.
Needs anyone that day. The idea of maintaining the community...
Wait, why are they making Asians? Why are they making other Japanese people in the anime have pink hair and blue eyes? Or like Naruto. That's literally just that's a white... Am I tripping? If you told me Naruto was like from America, I wouldn't mind. If you told me he was from Australia, I wouldn't mind. If you told me he was from Canada, I wouldn't mind. But Japan? Blonde hair, blue eyes. No Japanese person looks like that. Not even in a million years.
Peace over your own well-being is a huge driving factor in a lot of Asian cultures, especially East Asian cultures like Japan. Watch any videos about foreigners living in Japan and you'll learn just how much they value the ability for people to conform to the rules of their society. And you can actually see this somewhat in anime even. You know that trope where the MC defeats the big bad with the power of friendship? That's actually a good representation of how in Japanese narratives, the power comes from the group. It doesn't matter how much aura farming the MC does.
The power of friendship. I would be mad, bro, if I trained for like 1,000 years and some random kids jump me and win using the power of friendship, bro. Like my brain would be hot, bro. Like I would turn into the Hulk, bro. There is no way they just let them defeat him. Like Sukuna, I would literally start, like, there's no way. Just from spite, he didn't come out of the ground to at least take one of them down with him. Because I would do that.
Victory is through unity and not the individual. You see this in anime like Fairy Tail, My Hero Academia, literally every sports anime ever, even in individual-centric
Isn't that golf anime called High Rise or something? Bro, me and my brothers were scrolling through Netflix. We seen it. The way we laughed, bro. Like, what was, bro? Who decided, bro?
anime like Power Fantasy Isekais, the super powerful MC always ends up helping the local community in some way. Remember, kids, the real Sigma male grind set is the one that helps your local community. But this power from the collective also comes with a price. Because if the power comes from the group, individualistic actions that jeopardize the group are incredibly frowned upon. For example, one of Japan's most renowned authors and writers, Natsume Soseki, laments Japanese conformity in his writings. He says that art can only be made when created from an individualistic point of view, but it's hard to create said art and be an artist.
That's actually a fair point, because y'all gotta think about it like this, bro. Art is not something you can copy and paste. Isekai anime are basically like showing you that, because they're all the same thing. Over and over and over and over, the same thing over and over and over. Oh, I'm in the world. Oh, I'm super strong. Oh, I beat everything. Oh, cool. Bro, you watched one of them, you can watch them all. That's why they're not interesting. They're not unique in any form of way. That's why I'm interesting as a person, because I'm unique. Like, my life is like 1 in a billion. I was born in another continent. I came here. I'm living for, like, gang. If you really look at my life, I'm like 1 in a billion, bro. I do know somebody else. I'm 1 in a million. 1 in 100,000 ish. 1 in 100,000 ish. 1 in 100,000. Yeah. Maybe a little less. But still, I'm pretty unique.
In a society that will isolate you when you express that individualism. So, I wanted to know just how right this point of view is, and how it's reflected in anime. We hear so much of Japan's terrible work-life balance, yet people on the ground are expected to just deal with it? And the answer is a lot more depressing than you think. So, technically I've already talked about this in my high school video, which is by far the most viewed video on my channel. This video is on every form of steroids known to man and is single-handedly carrying my channel. Please go watch my other shit, people. So rather than talk about why Japan is obsessed with conformity, I'm gonna talk—
That's gang. My other account, bro, I posted one video about Extra Emily. Like, everybody watched that one. But my other videos, nobody is watching them. Like, damn, bro. Do I have to glaze bigger streamers?
about the how. And one thread that we can follow is the idea of gaman. Gaman is essentially a form of Japanese stoicism that encourages people to persevere and endure. Since complaining, especially in a group setting, can affect a group's morale, a lot of Japanese people are encouraged to not complain since it's seen as a more noble thing to endure whatever is being thrown at you. And you actually do see this in a lot of anime. MCs working hard for their senpais or their mentors.
MCs working hard for their senpai or their mentor. Bro, this guy
Might chafe under the pressure and rules, but they learn to adapt and win in the name of them. Again, watch any sports or power fantasy anime. This is literally how the MC gets more powerful. It's like, this is for you, senpai. But like, little bro, senpai is working a dead-end corporate job right now. Senpai is very much not here. But while gaman in anime can
I could never. Bros, I could never.
be seen as this thing
Like, gang, most anime people are not relatable, bro. You're telling me you're willing to throw your life away at certain death. Like, there's almost a, no, there is a 0% chance you're gonna beat this guy. All for some animes, bro, they just be, like, making shit up. Bro, it's just like, They just be throwing their lives away for no reason. That's why I like Shadow Slave, bro. He actually thinks through it. Is it really worth your life? The only reason I would ever do something like fight 100 hordes of monsters is like because of my greediness, and I probably want something from them. But if there's none of that involved, then I'm not, bro. What?
That toughens you up and strengthens your willpower. It can also be used to guilt trip you. It's very common for companies in Japan to do afterward gatherings at izakayas or bars called nomikai. This is done mainly to deepen relationships in the team and strengthen employee bonds in the company. And that sounds good, right? A team that gets shit-faced drunk together stays together. But the thing is, turning down an invitation to a nomikai is incredibly taboo. While going to a nomikai is completely voluntary, it's basically a hidden expectation to go. By not going to a nomikai, some bosses see this as a lack of commitment to the team and might even consider passing you over for a promotion because you don't seem to gel well with others. So rather than stand out and jeopardize the group dynamic,
I'm so happy I'm not in Japan. I plan to never drink in my life, bro. So I already know I easily get addicted to stuff. So if I drink, then I'm gonna easily get addicted. So I'm thinking ahead, so I don't have to even face that in the future. See, I'm really smart with it, bro. I'm really smart. Like I'm cutting off things before I even have to deal with them. You feel me?
a lot of Japanese salarymen put on a brave face and persevere through a night of socializing and drinking when they might not have even wanted to go anyway. Which is how you get those iconic photos of Japanese salarymen blackout drunk sleeping on the train. As Toivonen et al. Says in their paper, quote, individuals are strongly motivated to adjust the self to the situation, to better maintain social harmony, and to affirm one's independence with others and not for themselves. And these nomikai extend late into the night sometimes, cutting into the already limited personal time that a lot of Japanese salarymen just don't have. But they can't complain, because complaining might disrupt the morale of the team. And if the team's morale is affected by your complaint, that's on you. So they silently endure. Gaman. But there is a silver lining, though. Nomikai culture does seem to be drying up, especially since COVID, with a lot of younger Japanese workers confessing that they hate the idea of mandatory drinking. But while things are changing professionally, gaman still plays a huge part in Japan's social etiquette. I mean, this is the same culture where saying no is the worst thing that you can do. But in a world where patience is prized, visibility can feel like a mistake. So the thing is, even though East Asian and Southeast Asian culture have their major differences, we do share some things societally. I can't say the same about our cities though. Tokyo makes Kuala Lumpur look like a ghetto. I had to fight off a homeless person once walking through here. But the one thing that's prevalent across a lot of Asian cultures is the idea that you need to be seen but not heard. That you can't stand out too much. There's even a cultural saying in Japan about this, because of course there is. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. It's the idea that it's better to keep your head down rather than stand out. Group harmony and unity.
It's actually extremely different here. Like, I noticed one artist, it's Take Down Something. He worked on Travis Scott, with Travis Scott for something, bro. He put nails in his hair just to stick out a lot more. Like actual nails, not fake ones. Actual, like, real nails in his hair. And he has black hair like mine. So it's tightly together. Like, maybe if he had, like, lighter, easier hair to work with, but his hair is tightly curled together. So unless he cuts it out, he's stuck with those for at least a little bit. We try to stick out so much, I think it hurts us. Like, bro.
Unity is a really important thing in Asian societies, but by standing out, you might bring unwanted attention to your group and by extension, cause a lot of stress and unwanted pressure. So for the good of many, better for you to just conform and put your head down. And in Japan, they really want you to put your head down. In 2017, a girl actually sued her high school in Osaka Prefecture because they were forcing her to dye her naturally dark brown hair black. And for some reason, the school would do a self-report by admitting that they would even force foreign exchange students to dye their hair black for some reason. And while a lot of schools in Japan are actually reevaluating,
Well, why? Like, yeah, too much of something is bad. Like, too much of anything in the world is bad. If you try to stick out too much, it's really bad. Like, I know people that will legit wear the most, like, craziest shoes just to stick out. And those shoes will be costing thousands of dollars. But at the end of the day, you could have used that money for something else. Even if all your rent's paid, everything's paid, like, they're trying to stick out so much that they're wasting money, gang. That gang was not necessary, but anyways, they're wasting money. Like, this is why I never understood buying, like, rich clothes. Cause you guys gotta think about it. It's animal skin, bro. Or whatever, cotton. Like, So, just maybe got a little design on it, but is it really worth, like, a bill? Like the price tag is the same as a bill. I could see a phone, kind of. But the only reason I'm saying kind of is because I need a new camera and a new phone would help me with that. But if it wasn't for that, I would never even think about it. Like, but in Japan, they do the opposite. Like, they try to force people to squeeze in so much that they're doing unnecessary stuff. In America, people might dye their hair crazy colors. Like, I know this one kid that dyed only one little patch of his hair and left the rest untouched. While in Japan, they might force you to dye your hair to fit everybody else.
and changing some of their more archaic rules, there are some issues they aren't willing to budge on. Some schools still require students to submit younger photos of themselves to prove the natural color of their hair. And when asked why these schools aren't willing to change this, Yuji Tsunaga, a vice president of an anti-bullying nonprofit in Japan, said, quote, "Hair is one of the easiest ways to control and enforce proper student behavior. Many teachers are still worried that if they completely get rid of guidelines restricting students, they'll lose all control." I don't really know how a slightly dark brown ponytail will cause the complete upending of society, but hey man, what do I know? And the thing is, it's not even gender specific. These same schools have plenty of weird rules and regulations aimed towards male students. It's not about controlling any one gender, it's about making sure that these students conform to what Japanese society expects them to be. They listen to their bosses, they go through the same systems that everyone else will go through, all while not complaining and conforming to the rules at hand. And any nails that do stand out will be hammered down. And anime does show this a lot. Literally every isekai storyline starts with the MC disgruntled with where they are in life. They hate their job, they feel undervalued and stressed, they can't say anything because hierarchy and group harmony is important, so they suffer in silence.
That's the one thing about Asia too. Another thing is, bro, they treat older people like they're God, bro. Like, you can't even breathe. Like in Africa, it's kind of similar too, but not to this point. Like, you can't disrespect somebody older than you. But I heard Koreans can't even like be friends with people that are older than them. They can't even like physically call them friends in their language if they're older or younger than them, even by 1 year. Like,
next thing you know, they're transported to another world where only they have the most OP ability and they're the Giga Chad with a harem of women adoring them. Their individuality is affirmed in a system where they can be unique and the collective doesn't matter. They can be themselves at the cost of no one else. Because worse than standing out in Japan is you standing out and it affecting other people. I mean, there's even an isekai anime where a dude works for a demon king because he offers better benefits than his old company. Only the Japanese mind can comprehend going to a fantasy world and still choosing to work in an office. Now, I'm not here to
only a Japanese person could even think of something like that. Only them. Their brains work differently than us. Out of everything in the world. Not only that, you could write anything. You could put a little spin on the world. Oh, you can run on water. You could do whatever you want in the world. And then there's the author. The author really thought of that? Like, bro.
Tell you how to feel about Japan as a country. I'm only here to explore. Even my own country of Malaysia has its own cultural quirks. Over here, we have a concept called menjaga aimuke, where we're not allowed to call someone out, especially if that someone is older than you, on the chance that they might lose face amongst other people. Even if calling them out means that you protect them from a dumb decision they're making, or you just want to help them. If it makes things more awkward for them, you are highly discouraged from saying anything.
Wait, if it makes them lose face, bro, these, like, they make no sense, bro. Like, I get helping out your elders, but if somebody is doing stupid stuff that could possibly hurt them, you can't say anything about it, because you don't want to make them look stupid in front of, bro. Like, only Asians can think of something like this.
That's kind of why I made this video. It's easy to criticize Japan as a country where societally everything seems to be off, that they're emotionally repressed, overworked, and conformist to a fault. And while stereotypes are always based on a small amount of truths, really small, Japan isn't some strange outlier. It's just a more extreme version of something that you see across a lot of Asian societies. In a paper studying hikikomoris, or Japanese shut-ins, they found that
Yeah, that's enough. I already know too much about hikikomoris. Nobody's here. Bye to Sinbad. Bye to me.